All right, here we are. This is Don Potter, and we are doing lesson 12, the practice sentences for Beyond Basic Phonics, English Morphology 101. And on this lesson, we're going to be taking the prefixes that the Romance prefixes that we learned in lesson 11, and we're going to be applying them or seeing them as they appear in words. And I want you to always remember that it's good to try and read this yourself. Hit the stop button or the stop button on your player and the video player, and read a sentence, then click listen to me. If you first time through you need to, it's okay to listen to me and then repeat after me. I recommend starting and stopping that, making sure you understand it. So when you get done with this lesson, your teacher, or if you're working with your parent or a homeschool student or somebody, that you're going to be able to read all these sentences very fluently. And so just practice them over and over and over again. So, number one, a bicycle has two wheels. A biplane has two wings. And there's something kind of funny here. When I was a little boy, I saw the word biplane, and I distinctly remember thinking it was bip lane, because I was dividing between the P and the L. So this consonant right here, I'll put a C, well, let me put a C above it. This consonant right here, okay, would close that syllable and make that I short. But that's not correct. And by the way, let me say that guessing is wrong. Do not guess when you read. Nevertheless, it's a good strategy to, like, if you first looked at this and said biplane, and you're thinking, well, I don't know what word that is, and then you look back and you say, oh, it's going to be biplane. You know that the I has two basic sounds, and so it's not guessing to use a strategy to try the two sounds to figure out which one helps you come up with a word that you know. That's an important strategy, and all good readers do that. Number two, Henry was dejected because Harry forgot to return his tricycle. So you can see all of these prefixes on the dark words, which are words from what we just got done studying. And they're all long vowels: deject, return, and tricycle. Number three, Jim was part of a profound project to promote weight reduction. You'll notice these are what we call non-predictable sentences. I do not teach students to guess or to try and predict what's coming up in a sentence. A story I can see in a story, but not in a sentence, because that contributes to guessing. Guessing as a means of word identification. Okay, so let's go on. That was a cool one, wasn't it? Profound project to promote weight reduction. And you can see I used some P's there, little artistry. Number four, Jack detested his department's decision to destroy the evidence. Now, that's probably an interesting story if we knew the rest of it. His department was going to get in trouble if they didn't destroy some evidence, so he detested it. Number five, I could have predicted that the bilateral agreement would not produce the predicted results. You notice how I read that in phrases. I could have predicted that the bilateral agreement would not produce the predicted results. So that's three more or less what we call breath groups. I could have predicted that the bilateral agreement would not produce the predicted results. Now, notice if I read that too slow, I come up with this. I could have predicted that the bilateral agreement would not produce the predicted results. So the first time you read it, the first time you read a sentence, you may read it that way. That's okay. That's just fine, because you're feeling your way through the sentence, you're getting it down. But then you need to go back and read it quicker. And one day your skill will become so high, so automated that you can see almost any text. And say a poem, the very first time you see it, you can read it with fluency the first time. But that takes a lot of practice. Number 6, good and evil cannot coexist because they cannot cooperate. And that is true. They can't, good and evil cannot exist together. They can't cooperate. And good and evil work against each other. And we always want to seek to be on the side of the good, that which is right and virtuous and true and just. Number 7, Jack's delighted in his new red tricycle. All right, delighted. He really enjoyed it. Number 8, it is important to cooperate in order to promote the effort to defend the country. If I was to read that like quickly, I would say it's important to cooperate in order to promote the effort to defend the country. But when you start out, take it slower, and as you go through, you can build up the speed. And this is true of any country. You got to defend your country, or someone could take it over and take away your freedoms that your forefathers fought to give us. Number 9, Jerry was bilingual because he knew 2 languages. And of course, bi means 2, so bilingual. Lingual is the idea of lingua, tongue, or speech. And again, okay, and number 10, Sherry was trilingual because she knew 3 languages. All right, good luck with these, and we will move on to our next lesson of the Romance prefixes.